Ho, ho, ho. On to the Week 16 rankings we go. For quarterbacks, for this video, I will address a lot of the questions that I've been getting. This week, like none other, I've been getting a lot of the same questions. A lot's going on this week, a lot of changes. So the number one question I've been getting for quarterbacks is about Jalen Hurts. And I'll put it very simple for you. I would start 6 quarterbacks above Jalen Hurts. So that's Patrick Mahomes, Kyler, Rodgers, Josh Allen, Lamar, and Watson. Now, I don't think you can fit too many more above there. I think most people like Hurts slightly more than me. I still have him as a top 7 quarterback because tight end Hunter Henry is out. Keenan Allen is a game time decision that hurt a lot of fantasy owners' feelings last week. He said, he looked at the camera, said, fantasy owners don't bench me. Fantasy owners listen to him. Started him and he got like 2.6 fantasy points. Keenan Allen, that is. So because of all that, Herbert, I could put him at 8 or 9. And Hunter Henry is out for sure. I'll just leave him at 10. It's a little well, I mean, he still did well. And you don't want to start Wilson, do you? No, you don't. So let's put Herbert right there. Whatever, we'll leave him at that. Herbert is just a stud. So, okay, we'll put him at 9. Brady with the good matchup at 8. Yeah. A lot of people also have been talking about ceilings and floors and just out of nowhere like this week, mainly about quarterbacks and Jalen Hurts. And I've answered honestly. I said, look, I don't know. So the only one I would know about is I'd say Aaron Rodgers with his experience, with how good he's been, how reliable he's been this year. I'd say Aaron Rodgers has a higher floor than Jalen Hurts, and I'd say Jalen Hurts has a higher ceiling. Not much higher, though. And the floor with Rodgers is really because we know who Rodgers is. We've seen him play for a decade. We've seen Jalen Hurts play for 2.2 games. Right? Just not enough for us to have a ton of confidence. And please don't get this misunderstood. This isn't a Jalen Hurts hate segment. Not one bit. Still top 7 quarterback. I think I'm giving him a good amount of credit for being a player that we're not familiar with. That's pretty risky. I still would start him in the championship. I think it is extremely close between a guy like Hurts and Lamar Jackson. And I wouldn't hate you if you did start Hurts. I'm just a little bit more comfortable with Lamar. That's all that really is. I even hacked a lineup yesterday that we were starting Trubisky, and that's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. But I think Trubisky's not a bad start in the championship game if you're in a deep league. All right, moving on to running backs. And by the way, guys, you can go to fantasycouch.com to get my updated written rankings. So you could just check that out. I do update these, and you can look at them traditional style, not video. And that link will be below in the description as well as the pinned comment. But again, it's going to be on fantasycouch.com. Should be easy to remember, but some people Kamara or Henry. My deciding factor is actually going to be based off scoring. We do a lot of full PPR here. These are PPR rankings. And because of that, Kamara gets the edge. If this was non-PPR, it would be easily Derrick Henry. And half PPR, I think I might give the edge to Derrick Henry here as well. But full PPR, come on. We got to give it to Kamara going against the Vikings. Matter of fact, just about all the Vikings linebackers are injured. and they're out for the game, so Saints should be heavily favored. This should be a great game for Kamara, maybe even a good game for Latavius Murray this against the Vikings. And they play Friday. Yeah, it says right here. Duh. They do play Friday. There's only one game Friday, and that is the Saints versus Vikings game. That's in New Orleans. Just giving you guys more information about the game. The more you know. Not huge on Dalvin Cook this week, but I still got him at 3 because I just don't see another running back where I'd be like, oh yeah, this guy's going to be better than Dalvin Cook. Like, we've seen Dalvin Cook struggle some games and still do very well. Just like Lamar Jackson last year when some teams played him very well and he still got 300 pass yards and 100 rush yards. And it was just amazing. It didn't make any sense when you watch it. They're like, dang, these guys are stopping Lamar Jackson. Oh, he still put up 31 fantasy points or something. Like, it was crazy. And that's kind of how Dalvin Cook is. You know, he gets you 2 yards rushing, 4 yards rushing. He catches a ball for 5 yards. He just chips away at it. He'll give you 5 points, 10 points, 15 fantasy points. Still having a bad day, and he's already at 15 fantasy points. That's just how good Dalvin Cook is. I think they're going to try to zero in and stop him. So, to keep my Dalvin Cook hate going, oops, I don't know what that did. Some kind of glitch. I'm going to just put a tier between this just to keep the haterade flowing. You know, it's nice, healthy haterade. Some of that couch mix Scrooge, couch mix Scrooge energy going. We'll put a tier between that. That's how I get my revenge on Dalvin. We'll just put a little tier 2 right above your name, and I'll get the last say. I don't know if anyone understands what's going on anymore. I don't. But, yeah, that's basically what it is. By default, I just got to put that. I mean, who else am I going to put at 3? I thought about putting Montgomery there. Aaron Jones hasn't been as good. Like, I like Aaron Jones a lot this week. Don't get me wrong. But I can't put him in the top 3. I could see top 5. And I'm not going to rank Eckler ahead. I like Eckler, but I don't know if I can rank him ahead of Dalvin Cook. Yeah, it's just really like, who else would I rank there? A lot of questions about Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to go ahead and say basically start him. I think he's in my top 11. It's close between him, David Johnson, and Josh Jacobs for sure. Even Chris Carson, who could be okay. I think running the ball against the Rams, or at least using the running back position. Obviously, other things haven't been working as well for the Seahawks. They're just the moon ball and all these deep bombs that Russell Wilson was throwing, 50-yard touchdowns. Haven't been there in ages, it seems like. So maybe they use Chris Carson, give him 15, 16 carries, give him a good amount of targets, give him 5-6 targets plus in the pass game. Maybe that's the formula to help the Seahawks win. Pretty even match between the Seahawks and Rams. And I do like Le'Veon Bell. I think Le'Veon Bell has a low upside, a high floor. I think he's very safe. That's who I'm rolling with there. Good amount of scoring in the Chiefs-Falcons game. Good amount of touches for Bell. Lots of opportunities to get that 1-yard touchdown. He can catch. He can run. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is out. I went ahead and dropped him in my redraft leagues. So I do like Lev Bell. I see him putting up 12, 13 fantasy points at least. And that's a conservative projection saying that he'll get maybe 40% chance he'll get a touchdown. So I think if he gets a touchdown, let's put him at 17, 18 fantasy points, right around there. I guess maybe 16, something like that. He can also catch a touchdown too, as well. Okay. And Zeke is expected to play. That's what's kind of sad. I have Zeke in only 2 leagues. I'm in the championship in both. One of them I do have Pollard. The other one I don't have Pollard. Never had him. And so it's kind of bittersweet. And not a lot of depth in that league where I don't have Pollard. So it is what it is. Looks like I'll be starting Zeke in both those leagues. And I'm rooting for him, but I'm not putting him in my top 15. For wide receivers, I think the Vikings are going to need to throw the ball because of what I've been saying. They're going to be behind this game. They're going to be trailing. Vikings defense is not going to be looking good against Breeze and the Saints. And the Saints should definitely focus on containing Dalvin Cook. I throw everything at Dalvin Cook to destroy him. So, yeah, I think they'll throw the ball a lot. I like Justin Jefferson more. Maybe they focus on then I'm talking about Thielen. Maybe they focus more on stopping Justin Jefferson, the Saints defense, that is. Maybe. Easier said than done because they're wide receivers. You just can't be like, all right, everyone go cover this guy on this side of the field. It just doesn't really work like that. And then you also got Thielen, who's very, very formidable, very good. So I do see these two guys getting a lot of targets. Could be a little Irv Smith game, maybe a little Conklin game. I don't know. But Vikings will need to throw the ball in the fourth quarter to have a chance to win. That's how I see it. Yeah, Gilmore is out. Stefan. Gilmore is out for the Patriots, though, so that could only boost Diggs, possibly. Maybe they double team him and it's a Cole Beasley game. I got Cole Beasley in a couple leagues, so that'll be cool. Calvin Ridley should go off. And DK Metcalf, I've told I got two questions about Metcalf, and both of them I told him to sit Metcalf. And it's not that I don't like DK, but it's just that there's probably better options out there. Actually, I don't trust Cooper that much, really. I don't. I guess these guys I'm reluctant to start a Seahawks receiver, but they are sliding into wide receiver 1 territory. Right now, they're wide receiver 2s. And a good reason about that is because Terry McLaurin missed practice, Keenan Allen game time decision. So that has a lot to do with it. And I really do see a random Bucks wide receiver or two random Bucks wide receivers could do better than both the Seahawks receivers with that juicy matchup against the Lions. Maybe Antonio Brown goes off. Maybe Chris Godwin goes off. We'll see. For tight ends, oh man, total crapshoot here, like super crapshoot. And although, look, George Kittle probably isn't gonna finish in the top 4, I'm just going for it. That's just what I would do personally for my teams. I would start George Kittle unless I had Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, or Travis Kelce. Otherwise, I would start Kittle. Kittle seems to be very healthy, seems to be good to go. He's expected to play. He's also expected to be, I'm quoting, somewhat of a pitch count. Now, let's assume all that is true. That's the best way to approach this. He plays Saturday against the Cardinals. No one's going to be able to guard him. We're assuming he's healthy. We're assuming he will be on a pitch count. I'm also assuming the pitch count won't be too extreme to where he'll be the third string tight end or anything like that, because I just haven't seen Reed or Dwelly pop off since Kittle's last injury. It's up to you. If you want to start Hawkinson ahead of Kittle, that's fine. That makes a lot of sense. I get it. I'm just telling you what I would do. I would start George Kittle. I would for sure. I'm just a fan of him. I think he's the best tight end in the league overall in real life, and I think he's a stud in fantasy. He's been injured. He's been inconsistent, but I just feel like this type of special player, if I get the opportunity, I will start him. He was on my thumbnail for the waiver video I did Tuesday. And, I mean, you pick him up, right? We didn't know if he'll play. We pick him up. He's able to play. I mean, why'd you add him? Right? You added George Kittle. George Kittle's going to play. I think this is a blessing. I think we should be thankful and start him. And if he does poorly, so be it. I'm willing to live with that. If you got to yell at me, leave one YouTube comment that's mean. I get it. That's fine. A lot of people have been praising me this year. I could use some more hate. It's totally fine. A lot of people have been very supportive. Too support. You guys have been too good to me this year. So, and we're going to get to another guy here that's going to be that, I'm very scared he's going to do poorly and I'm going to get a lot of hate. But, I got to go with what my research shows and what my gut shows and, just got to do what I've been doing all year. And so, yeah, I'm starting Kittle, baby. And for kickers, it's just exact same as Kittle, basically. And for kickers, other than these three guys, Koo, Tucker, and Butker, I'm starting Cairo Santos. I dropped Jason Sanders for Santos. I dropped Will Lutz for nobody. I just dropped him. Now I'm going to roll with the kicker later. I dropped Tyler Bass for Cairo Santos. I think he's the best kicker. I have a lot of confidence in Tyler Bass. I'm a huge fan. I think this game could be a little bit low scoring. Could it be a little bit of a match here where we see the Bills winning, sure, but don't know how it's going to quite play out. Josh Allen might light it up, but he might not. Might be a Zach Moss Singletary game. Might be just a little dink and dunk game. Something like that. And I'm not sure Tyler Bass is going to get too many opportunities. I mean, that's all. I still got him as a top 5. I still love him. And then we got Jason Sanders, who I was praising and looking forward. I had this guy since I locked a bye week in the playoffs. I had this guy ready to go week 16 since week 14. I was so excited. I see Jason Sanders going against the Raiders. And then this man misses a couple kicks. He misses a kick week 14. He misses a kick week 15. And also the Dolphins, they got Devontae Parker goes down. Gesicki goes down. Jakeem Grant goes down. Preston Williams is already out. They traded away Isaiah Ford, Mike Gesicki. I don't know if I named him, but I forgot if I named him or not, but he's also hurt. Myles Gaskin goes on the special reserve list. Salvin Ahmed is banged up. This sounds. Jordan Howard's no longer there. Matt Breida is coming back. Starting to come back. That's a lot of names I just named off. That's almost the entire offense I just named off. So with all that put together, I just can't trust Jason Sanders as much. Now, a lot of those receivers are coming back. Myles Gaskin, he's coming back. Devontae Parker, Gesicki. I think they all practiced. Maybe did Jakeem Grant even? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure all those guys have started practicing again, so they're trending upwards. Really good chance they're gonna play. But still, when you miss those kicks, I lost a lot of faith in Jason Sanders. Now, look, I still have him in my top 6. I still really like him. Just saying, not a big difference between Bass, Sanders, and the 11th kicker, Gostkowski, who I love this week. Not so much that I'd rank him top 5. I'm just saying, I like Gostkowski, and there's really not a big difference between Tyler Bass and Gostkowski this week. I've been rolling with Gostkowski a few times this year, and I've been rolling with him recently, and he's been good. But, yeah, this is my kicker, guys. So if you're looking for a free agent ad, I'd go get Cairo Santos. I have him in my top 4. He's been good. He was a good kicker earlier on in his career. He was very reliable, and he's been hot as of late. and the matchup is incredible. Even if the, I'm talking about an possible upset here. Even if the Jags lose, I'm sure Santos will get some opportunities, right? So it's all about Trubisky and the Bears not making big and dumb mistakes. If they can keep those to a minimum, which should definitely be the game plan, especially with Montgomery being the best running back in fantasy the past 3 weeks. Insane. Especially with Montgomery playing so well. I don't see how this goes bad. Santos, please make your kicks. This guy's got to make his kicks. Santos, please make your kicks, and we'll all be happy. All right, guys, I wish you guys happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I will be doing a waiver video next week. No more ranking videos, no more hack my lineup videos. I will probably do a week 17 rankings on my website. You can always visit that, of course, fantasycouch.com. So guys, yeah, that's it. Make sure you subscribe to both YouTube channels, Fantasy Couch Podcast. This is the last game. And for the 3% of you Couch fan members out there who do play week 17, you guys are still family. I still care for you. So I'll put up some content for you guys. But I don't recommend you play week 17. It should be week 16 and it ends. Week 16, the championship games. That's how it should be, commissioners, if you're listening to me. Merry Christmas.